Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody here this afternoon. I'm glad you could make it. This is the third in a series that we've had related somewhat around the topic of global warming. And so I'm excited that we've been able to do this. We are doing it together with the co-sponsorship of the Community Development Student Group here at PSU. They've been able to help with the logistics as well as providing the food, which is from Blossoming Lotus. So we've really been able to enjoy that. I'm with the Sustainable Oregon Schools Initiative, which is a program that is managed by the Zero Waste Alliance, which is a nonprofit organization here in Portland. And we're working to put together, excuse me, we obviously lost the phone line. Putting together a whole set of resources around a variety of topics, a whole lot of topics around sustainability. And this summarizes what we're doing. It's on the back table if you haven't seen it yet. And we have a website currently that's just been our project website to get things going. But in the next week, we hope, we're going to be launching the resource website. And we'll be continuing to fill pieces in then after that once we get the basic website up. I'll just note that we have a number of people who are planning to call in today from around the state, so hopefully that works. And let's see, what else should I say?
Thank you. If you want to please enter your leader.
The Sustainable Oregon Schools Initiative is possible thanks to a bunch of organizations that help to fund us, and they're listed on the board there in the back, so take a look at it. We really appreciate their funding to make it happen at all. And we'd like to thank PGE for the use of the phone line today for people to be able to call in. EPA. What did,
I thought you said PGE.
oh, goodness, I hope I didn't. Sorry. Well, PGE's been a great funder, too, but the line is from EPA. All right, so then the next thing I'd like to do is introduce our speaker today, who's David Cohn from the Gresham Barlow School District. He's been in the facilities management industry for just about 30 years now. And for the last 10, he's been with the Gresham Barlow School District. So in about 1998, he started their utility management program and have just had tremendous success with it. And I'm going to leave all the details for him to talk about. He's also been quite active with the Oregon Association of Professional Energy Managers and has just finished as their president this past year. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dave. Are you using that one?
Sure. Hi. Thank you. Hearing okay? Speaker? Okay. Dave Cohn, Gresham Barlow School District. I guess one of the reasons I'm here is that, as Lori mentioned, we've had a very successful energy management program. So much so that the EPA recognized our program with its Energy Star Partner of the Year a couple years ago. At the same time, we also received their Leadership Award, which we were the first school district in the country to obtain or attain that status. 2007, we again won their Energy Star Partner of the Year award, and we were one of 2 school districts out of 9,000 that applied for that. So we have had some recognition both locally and nationally for the success that we've had. So what I hope to do is tell you a little bit about how we got there. A lot of it, when you leave, you're going to think it's, gee, that's common sense, which is sort of where we started. And I hope to be able to convey that to you, that a lot of what I'm going to talk about is is, in the industry you hear about the low-hanging fruit. And this is the stuff that you should be able to do with little or no cost. Low cost, no cost means to achieving energy savings. I'm going to focus on energy, although we did focus, or we also worked on other utilities like our water, stormwater, and that sort of thing. And I'll talk a little bit about some of the things we did there, but my main focus will be on some of the things that we did to achieve our energy savings. This is kind of that is kind of the scope of let me, yeah, how's that? Okay. This is sort of the scope of what we've done. In the 2005-2006 school year, we were able to achieve a $1.2 million savings. This last year was 1.3. Altogether, since 1998, we've achieved about a $6.2 million savings. Our annual utility budget is $1.6 million. So you can, hopefully that'll help with the significance of that. Some people, what I'm going to show in a few minutes is you're going to see a puzzle and sort of the different, what we feel are the different components to our success. One of those puzzle pieces has to do with getting administrative buy-in for what you're doing. And as I've done this presentation over and over again, that's the one question that keeps coming up is, how do I get that? And there's a lot of people maybe in this room that do what I do. I'm not a resource conservation manager per se. That's one of the hats I wear in our district, but I also work with custodial, I work with grounds, I do a lot of other things. I also help manage the energy management program, or the energy management program. But one of the things I hope that you can take away from this is the why is it worthwhile, and hopefully you can just keep reinforcing that message to the administration in your buildings or in your districts. Is this allowed us to not jettison 22 teaching positions. So that's where the money went. Our mission as a school district is to educate kids. It's not to pay energy bills. So the less that we can funnel of the money that we get toward energy, the more we have available for what it is that we're about. So that's somewhere along the line, hopefully you can get that message across to your administration. How we started, I'm going to skip by that one. How we started was there was an organization that, sort of a professional organization that manages energy for school districts. They're not from around here. But one of the things they did is they came and did a presentation to our administrators, and they essentially said, without doing a whole lot of research on our district, they thought that based on the size of our district, they knew about how many buildings we had. They didn't know if we had an energy management program in place. They didn't know how well insulated we were, whether we used oil, gas, electricity. They didn't know any of that kind of stuff when they came to our district and said, we think we can save you guys $300,000 a year in your energy bills. And they were so sure of that, they were going to charge us $180,000 to do that, but they were going to guarantee that $180,000. So if they couldn't at least save us 180 of that proposed 300, then they would write us a check for the difference. And really what that told me, and I hope you can take from that and take back to your administration, is they knew something about how school districts manage or don't manage their energy. They felt so confident after researching and getting involved with school districts that they could come to our school district and assume we were like everybody else, which we were, that they could make a guarantee like that. And if you don't have a energy management program in place, there's good chance you might be like everybody else, and there might be a lot of potential savings available. We started in 1998-99. Our utility bills weren't being managed like most places. They simply went to our accounting department. The accounting department wasn't trained, and so therefore, I mean, this isn't a disparaging thing to say, but they wouldn't have a clue as to whether or not the bill was high. They have so many bills